Hi there, welcome to the Beetle garage. You probably noticed that I was away a longer time. Yes, I was. I was on the island of Kos in the Greek Mediterranean Sea, and there on a hidden spot inside an old castle in Kos-town, I found a nice beetle that I want to show you now what it is. It's one of the Darkling beetles, a very, very big family of beetles that also can be kept as pets if you like, but also they are in discussion for edible insects. If we're talking about Darkling beetles, we are also talking about mealworms or superworms or whatever they are named. Look, here's one. See, that's the one here. I would like to show it a bit closer to you here. It's probably going to that beetle jelly over there to eat. Here's another one. Mostly if you come close to them, they play dead. And if you, now let's see whether I can show it to you here. So it's a very typical Darkling beetle. It's with closed elytras, so they cannot fly anymore. Their wings mostly they are reduced, and let's see whether we can show it a little bit better like this. Okay, so this is probably, I'm not very sure, but probably it's Graecopachys quadricollis. It's a beetle that is around 2 centimeters long, yeah, or probably a little bit longer. And I found it inside the old Johanniter castle in Kos-town. Here you can see the surrounding a little bit. First we see here one of the Greek turtles that was also living inside of this massive old castle. And as you can see, there's a lot of dried grass on the soil. And in one of these spots, when I was walking around watching this ancient building, I seen a pair mating. And then when I was looking around, I found some more crawling on the dried out vegetation in the evening around 6 o'clock. So they were there meeting each other and mating there. And I thought that I'd take them home to see whether they can be also cultivated, so whether we can bring them to egg laying. So, and that's what we built now. Look here, it's a little bit the thing that they know from their place inside the castle. It has some dried plant material. Also I put some pellets of straw on it, and then in the bottom, deeper down there, we placed a piece of wood. So there are around 10 or more inside here. Let's see whether we find another one. Here's the one more. That's one. That is a really nice little beetles. There's 3. There's another one over here. There's another one over there. Yeah. And what we do now, so first we have to get some information, and we are lucky to have information about the husbandry of Darkling beetles from this book of Ory McMonigal, one of the American pioneers, worldwide pioneers of beetle breeding. Yeah, laboratory culture methods of beetle breeding. Also has a whole chapter about breeding of Darkling beetles here, 146, besides other interesting species that he's writing about, also this Crucina species, of course mostly insects that are found living in the USA. So because in USA you cannot breed insects from other countries. That's not allowed. Or you need a special permission as a research institute for doing that. So and that is here the section about Darkling beetles, Tenebrionidae. This is a real huge family, so we find a lot of very specialized beetles here, but mostly from very dry to extremely dry habitats worldwide, in deserts, yes, where it's really very dry. So that's also why they have developed special techniques for getting some water in the deserts, and also they are best isolated against the loss of humidity in the way they are built. Also here you see the larvae of Darkling beetles, and there are some hints for the husbandry, but even though it's written here about 2 or 3 pages, it's not quite clear for what kind of Darkling beetle we are talking about. So mostly it's up to you looking for the right place where they seem to mate, and then make some notes about how you can copy that surrounding for your own breeding setting. So that's what I did here. And on the bottom I have some sandy material, also with some flake soil in it. I mean, this is only used up wooden material. Then I put a log like this on it, and it's written in the book of Oren McMonigal that it's important to offer them always also a little bit of water, although they seem to be very good in preserving the water they have, and they don't like humid surroundings mostly. You should give them kind of a little pool where they can get some water if they really need it. What I did here is I just packed a mixture of sand and peat in this little pot, and this I offer them as a place where they can get some humidity. But of course, if they cannot, because they can't fly, you have to put it on the niveau of the other soil so they can reach it very easily. And then I fill it just to the top with water, so they can go here and pick up some of the water that they like to drink. And of course I have some beetle jellies here also, and what I have prepared also is a carrot. Mostly you find in these hot spots, you find the wild carrots, Daucus carota, and probably also they can eat on the roots of this plant that is very good in going very deep into the soil and take the little rests of water from the soil, pick up. So that's what we have here. Now these are the beetles. Let's put them back here. Probably I put one on the water. Let's see what he's doing, whether he's going to drink here. Of course he feels, and you have to put some sand in it, because if you don't put sand, they die because they fall into the water. Let's see whether this one also, whether they are thirsty, would like to eat. No, they are not. They're just running away here. A very nice beetle. Also, it said in the book that they can live quite long, so up to 2 years or so. And if we are lucky, we can find some larvae of Graecopachys quadricollis probably here in some months. Then we go back to check them. So also, if you want to see how the larvae looks, I have here from Zophobos morio. I have also look, here's already one in a pupa. So I take this out. This is a pupa of Zophobos morio. I put it into this, take it away. Sometimes they are damaged or caught by their brothers and sisters, and so that is better to take them out. So let's see whether we find some more here. Here I feel something underneath this. Yeah, look here, you see the larvae of Sophobos morio here. Big ones, huh? Yeah. If we take them out, you can see them. They are big, fat here. Also called superworm. But this would be a really big edible insect compared to the smaller. Now here the pupa, huh? Let's see it from the side also. So Sophobos morio, small pupa, they're not a big one. So here are the big larvae. Mostly they do not pupate if they are more than only a few in a box, because there's a danger that they are eaten up by their colleagues. So that's the reason probably why this one is so small. And I take it away so to save it, and then we will see whether they can develop. Nice big larvae. And this one, of course, I put it in there too. You can develop here. And if you see compared to this, the mealworms, Tenebrio molitor, you'll see them run around. Of course, they don't like the light here, and they are, of course, much smaller than, for example, this Graecopachys here. They want to go out. I have to pay attention that I don't lose them here. So just close the lid again. Should be well aerated and not kept in humid places. That's what I read in the book of Orrin McMonigal. Anyway, even if you don't like to breed Darkling beetles, buy this book. It's a really nice book, and it's written also in a very personal style. I like that very much. Thanks for watching.